Hello, good morning, good afternoon, no matter where you are. It's your little kumquat me, broadcasting live. Don't I wish? I can if I wanted to. I might get in trouble with the FCC, but oh well, that's another story for another time. Yeah, so busy. I was painting those machine tool legs. 4 sets of light. 1, 2, 3, 4 legs. Lathe risers and pan. Noticing a lot of stuff that sellers make an offer for items. Sometimes even if you just look at them and scan them, see what it is, for about half price. I don't think stuff is selling that much on eBay anymore. Oh, shoe things will. There's a lot of machine tools winding up on eBay and Navy stuff. Well, it's not a lot of it, but what I look at is then seller has made a special private offer. Got a bunch of radio gear transmitting stuff. World War II, 1950s, signal generators, sweep signal generators, RF sources, RF drivers. All old and military. For a song, actually free shipping included. Holy moly, so we took advantage of that. 6 new pieces will be arriving here. So I'll be scanning the scrap yards probably a couple of weeks maybe. I just load up on metals and anything weird and wonderful, and capacitors, of course. Hi! Capacitors, yeah. So prices rise for commercial stuff. Prices drop for old stuff. Interesting. Good for me, anyway. I guess a lot of people had these little Atlas lathes, Craftsman lathes, and that kind of stuff. A lot of them are winding up on eBay as well. Maybe I'm not interested in those things, but I mean they're cool and well made. But a lot of Tecker and Kearney stuff. Well, the older stuff you never know. I mean, you might get something that's all been worn out, and then it's a bear tube. Hello, where am I? Oh, fingers in the way again, huh? The bear to get it all reconditioned, so you gotta look for stuff that's been laying around forever that wasn't used. And that's difficult sometimes, but it can be done. However, from China, you get good stuff anyway, no matter what they say. As I said before, I found a lot of stuff. Castings are kind of not good. Old stuff been made in the USA, and there's good stuff made in the USA with pride. Buyer beware! You gotta sort of search this stuff out. That keeps me busy. I mean, I like stuff that you can buy for less than scrap price, which is appearing. Sometimes it's free shipping, sometimes it's not. So I was watching Martin Fleischmann's Bob Greener going over the stuff that was sent to Germany. A lot of this, a good portion of that stuff I wouldn't use anymore. And there's a small portion I would use it. Like a bunch of old oscilloscopes, which I did use in the apartment. 9 tons went to Germany, by the way. But certain pieces I would grab again out of there, but they're never going to get it running, so I don't know what they're ever going to do with it. There's a bunch of metal samples over there too. But they paid for it, and they could probably sell it if they want to. They only paid 50 grand for it, and that's nothing these days. I was back in 2010. That was a wild time. 9 tons out of 18 tons. Of course, Nancy had to go through the ATF, the FBI, customs agents, get everything approved to come through into the USA, which it no problems. That all happened, and that's good. And then, yeah, so, well, okay, oh, my legs. Other legs, iron legs. Let me show you, I just finished cleaning them up. Angle grinder with a brush on it, a wire brush. Took it outside, cleaned them up, and then painted them just now. So let's take a look at our legs. Where are we here with this silly thing? So that's a pan. I took out the dents, of course. Took a wire brush and also all these legs. So give them a good, heavy, thick coat of paint. It'll dry in a while, a couple of days, I guess, and then I'll assemble the pan onto 2 sets of nice legs, and I redid the cracks or broken leg on one of them, or actually 2. One is could have been just held on with ordinary glue because the weight would fit on it. It's at the very end, but I decided to JB weld it and drive pins into this metal and a bracket, so it's stronger than the actual original leg. And the old legs there, of course, were brazed, but you know, I don't trust it, and I put some pieces of steel in there with lots of JB weld, and then drilled holes and run 1/2-inch bolts through the whole darn thing. I don't know if you can see them, but it's a long way of doing something. Where is those legs with the bolt? They're down there somewhere. The 2 front ones. That is stronger than original now. You probably see the bolt sticking out through the piece of block of steel. First, I put the JB weld down and let the block of steel settle into it, sink into it, and then I applied pressure with the, when it hardened up, I applied pressure with the 1/4 inch, grade 8 bolt. 1, 2, right across the break. Separated by 2.5 inches each way, knowing the actual load, thrust loads, and all that stuff. And I did that, and it should be so strong that it would break in a whole different location. I don't see why they can't forge stuff like that instead of casting it. But anyway, all in all, that was all cool. Worked out fine. Trying to visualize this lathe sitting on those old legs. I guess I think it's high enough. Yeah, it would be high enough. Yeah, perfect. Yes. So what have I got here? 1/4 inch or no? I have 1/2 inch plate holding these I-beams together. I'll turn you around this way so you can look at it. Yes, I hear that. So this is a lathe I built out of H-beams, actually what they're called. They are 1/4 of an inch thick. This is about 1/2 inch. And I use grade 8 bolts to bolt all this together, and the headstock, of course, is antique. And I made my own, kind of readapted, made my own compound. It's pretty heavy, too. Should just work fine. I mean, what the hell? No gearing or anything like that. I machine in strange ways, by the way. The metal peels off, and I can see what I'm doing in my head, and it's perfect. Although I use calipers, double check, double check, double check. And you gotta have things that come together or fit together. You gotta just sort of, you just put a little pressure and they slide together. And sometimes you just heat one up and cool the other one, and they slide together and they're tight. Stuff like that with bearings and things, and blah 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 blah. So, yeah. So I like doing that stuff, and then antique artillery cannons and guns and stuff when I can. I'm quite a junk collector, and I love it, but I like sophisticated junk like metal items. Fine metally items, Navy stuff, you know? Or machinery stuff, or weird and wonderful, crazy things. I'm turning my wheel. Luckily, I got a nice network of real good folks that sometimes they just pay shipping. Oh, let's take a look at all the cool stuff that came from Greece for a moment. They're all bronze, believe it or not. Oh, this stuff's drying, okay. So I got some of the stuff in there, but oh, let's take a look. Let's go over here for a minute. Different positions and things. And get on the floor. Oh. Walls from Greece by Mr. Alec. Let's see all of it, I don't know. And I get in the USA, I get stuff sometimes from Edward. He used to take apart warships, but Mr. Alex got a heck of a lot of stuff over here. I mean, these things weigh 100 pounds each. They're bronze, solid bronze. I got a compressor here. Let me see that. 1942 for the Oerlikon Mark 14 gun sight. And they work fine. I got about 4 of them now, but I used one for doing my teeth with. Believe it or not, I did. Dry out the area that I was going to put Marine Tech my teeth together again. This is cool stuff here, of course. So I really appreciate Mr. Alex's patience and hard work in getting all these things together. Am I going upside down on you? A lot of goodies, bronze pieces. And in the corner there's a pile too. Very heavy stuff, at least 200 pounds, some of it. Plus all the small fitting parts and pieces. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry about that, but it's just one of those things. If I was to go on a vacation, I'd go directly to Greece to Mr. Alex's scrapyard for a week. I need a lot of money to do that, damn it, Jim. Send money my way. My PayPal is johnhobbit777 at AOL. I can keep on trucking with creativity. Yes. Oh, these are mounts for the Mark 14 gun sight. They're bronze as well. So I'd be mounting this onto this part up here and mount it in a cradle. Bunch of cradles over there, they're bronze as well. And then I have stands and mounts, which that big thing over there is all bronze, and over there is all, that part's steel and bronze. And these are all the Italian kind of thing. So, I got my work cut out for me, Spock. You know, keep you out of trouble.
Trouble? What? You in trouble?
Yeah, I know, who knows. Some of the crazy things I get. Like everybody needs one of these crazy things. I got that from a local group, Apex Gun Parts. It's a whole 2 MG42s in there. It's in nice condition. I just couldn't live without it for some insane reason. Same as that piece there, you know. That's 1,000 pounds altogether. And this I got from the Canon Superstore. And on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And I got some goodies from Ed the other day. Yesterday, actually. Where did I put them?
Oh my goodness, John.
Put them somewhere. Well, that's bad when you forget where you put your things. I know it was about, I think it was about 10 or 15 pounds of brass fittings and parts and things out of a Navy ship. This I got from Ed some years ago. And that was from yesterday, that brass piece. Well, here we are. I mean, that's beautiful stuff. Heavy brass ring, which I probably use for restoration of something else that comes in. I don't know. I've been like this ever since I was a kid. There's a gem from Alex. Just from Alex. This thing. This is from a scrapyard. I mean, some of this is nice stuff. Have I got a secret desire to build my own warship? Well, it's going to take decades and centuries to do that.
Hi.
Yeah. No, I have an interest in vintage engineering. And some modern engineering, which I like to study up on, like machine tools. Because I watch videos on CNC machinery and I think, they must have really got to pass this older stuff here where that kind of head. You wouldn't use something like that in CNC machinery. High production stuff, so you get a chunk of it and you can make your own milling machine, like I was talking about in the other video. Using one of these CNC heads. Like this fellow. Thinking about that, mounting it on a box beam. Heavy, really heavy box beam. Put dovetails on it for up and down, and dovetails on the bottom, and a big chunk of plate. Come on. I mean, they used to build massive warships, massive cannons. Why can't I build a massive milling machine? A prototype.
I'm sorry, my finger's in the way. Oh, spread those chops, baby. Hi.
I'm talking to the ravens too much, I think. That's the way I talk to them.
Hi. Wow.
Hello. And they really adopted me as a pet. It's smart. I want to get our pet to feed us now. So jump up and down on the roof or make those call sounds. Very interesting, much like cats and dogs. Maybe raccoons. Being very sociable and friendly. It's interesting. Okay, on Picard tonight, I think it's tonight. Look for my friend Kirk R. Thatcher. He'll be playing the punk rocker on Picard. I'm not sure what it's all about, but he's excited about doing it. He was in Star Trek number 4 about the whales. He's a punk rocker and a co-producer of it. Check it out. He sent me a short message that he'd be on Picard. It's a punk rocker. Now you could hire me as the court jester. Come on, hire me as some kind of nut that can appear in one of these shows. I mean, I'm totally loopy, so a messed up Q. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Got messed up in some cosmic event. That's a good idea. Come on, Kirk, you can see my videos. Get me a part. I'm a Trekkie fan. Make a Muppet of me. That'd be funny as hell too. He made a Muppet for my friend Dr. Brian O'Leary to show off in Japan. Am I recording still?
Yes, I am.
Called the Lapis Pig Muppet. And Brian O'Leary carried that all over Japan. We're on lecture tour together. Look up Dr. Brian O'Leary. A really good friend. A very, very fun person to be with. We spent a lot of time together in Ashland at his home, 15 miles into the woods. Also, we spent time together in Japan, as I mentioned. Actually, in other locations. Then he moved to South America, but we kept in contact, and then he passed away, unfortunately. He's a very good soul, very brilliant person. That was, yeah, Kirk Thatcher made that for him. They were friends as well. So Lapis Pig, check it out. Dr. Brian O'Leary. Maybe there's a video. I should check it out myself. I have all the papers and stuff here and books and stuff, and Brian featured me in one of his books when I was in Ashland with Brian. And Meredith Miller, artist lady. With Yin, the lady I was with at the time. So that's another history story, I guess, isn't it? You saw Brian O'Leary, astronaut training, also advisor to Jimmy Carter at the time on certain things. But he wrote some books, and I got his book. Picture of me in there with a sword. And a meteorite, how cool. Beautiful. I mean, he's a real super guy. He and others were telling New Westminster to stand down on the levitation effects happening in people's buildings. Well, it's a long story. It's for another time, I suppose. But anyway. That was quite a wild time. Also, Ariel Louise Serban was involved in communications to all these people. She got me on as co-host on the Lou Gentili radio networks a long time ago. I had Nancy Leader on as a guest. She was vicious. She could hack accounts so you wouldn't believe. She was found burned alive in her trailer in Burnsville, Minnesota. Grandniece to Tesla, believe it or not. According to, if you look up Ariel Louise Serban, there's a bit about her on the internet. She wanted me like there's no tomorrow. Couldn't return the love because I don't know who it is. I have no idea what this person looks like. Again, internet nonsense. But I'm sure she's a good soul. I'm sure all the little trollitudes are good souls, number one. So I'm gonna get ready and this thing I gotta do. Cause the paint is drying. That's gonna take a couple of days. So what am I gonna do then? Okay, let me think. I'll probably get a message from Edward and another eBay seller tonight, I think. I inquired about a Mark 74 Honeywell gun sight, although I got 6 of them or 10 of them, I forget. He offered to me for less than scrap price. What the hell am I going to do with a Mark 74 gun sight? Plus hundreds and hundreds of other crazy things I got in boxes. Got that from a TV show that Ian Gasta made. Miracle is Unknown, Above Top Secret, and A Chance for Mankind. Check that out too. It's on the internet now. Used to air in different countries. She made it in Germany and then finished up in my apartment with it. A really cool video. It's good stuff. It has a lot of people in it being interviewed. Thomas Bearden was interviewed. She stayed at Tom Bearden's place and was interviewing Tom Bearden. And Virgil Armstrong, or Virgil, somebody from the CIA people, the doctor who's into morphic resonance. Hard to remember all these names most of the time, but anyway. Who's else? O'Leary, Dr. Brian O'Leary, the other O'Leary, and so on, and all these different folks. Anyway, I should get going. I wonder how Laura is in New York. She popped in my mind because this gentleman who's in the morphic resonance, I almost had his name, also is friends with Laura in New York, as I call her. Okay, so Laura in New York worked in bit with the White House and had a project going, which I won't mention, because I posted something on the internet about it. She didn't want me to mention it, so okay, I respect people's wishes. So, wishing you all the best, Laura. Take care of yourself. 2005. Wow. Anyway, I gotta go.